Hey guys, I started working and I forgot to hit record. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm actually working on the pinky finger now. I already did the ring finger. I'm just working on the pinky finger now. I'm just going in and the moment I have the clay tubes on, and I'm just kind of carving out the areas I want indented. I'm going to add to the middle area here a little bit. Okay, because you got to build it up a little bit where, because it indents right there, and it's hard to cut it in that much, so I just kind of cut it in a little bit and then build up around it, and just so every little bit you just kind of smooth it, put a little on, smooth it, put a little on, smooth it. So, alright, and like I said, this is a base mesh, so I'm not making it finished. You know what I mean? It's not a masterpiece or anything. It's just a base mesh. It's to make the masterpiece on top of. Not that I would be able to make a masterpiece, I don't think. But got kind of a point there in his finger. I'm trying to round it off a little bit. Okay, I think that'll work pretty much for what we're doing here. I'll pull this out a little bit. I'm going to add some knuckles. Okay, so what I'm ready to do now is I've put on all fingers. It's a little bit nasty. It still looks like a little bit like a claw, but it's got the basics there to make the hand. Okay, so if you notice the way I put the fingers to simulate a real hand more, the way they're kind of coming in, they're kind of curved like that. Just look at your real hand, and it kind of takes that pose on that kind of look on. All right, so you can see it in his hands too. See the way the pinky fingers come in farther than the. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to go back to object mode, and I'm going to boolean these all together. Okay, so I've already done this finger's already attached. So we're going to start with the hand, and we're going to go to the little wrench, add modifier, boolean, grab the eyedropper, make sure to put union, eyedropper, and then grab the finger up there. That's the one. Okay. And then apply it. And then we got to get rid of the other one. So just click it, get it out of there, and just delete it. We don't want it. Okay. Now we're going to grab the hand again, add modifier, boolean, union, eyedropper, and select that. There you go. All right, and then I'm going to say apply all. Then I'm going to grab the move tool. Okay, I just got that's fine, and delete it. Okay, so I've got the hand all one piece now. Now I'm going to go back to sculpt mode. So, sure, I got this thing selected. Go back to sculpt mode, and let's hope that it doesn't do what it did last time I remesh it. Remember how it made the webbing? So let's try it. Ready? Keep your fingers crossed. Ugh. Yeah. Not as much though. I can deal with that. I can probably clean that up. Okay. So yeah, it's a little messy, but I had to do it, so there's kind of no way you can. So I'm just gonna kind of smooth the hand back together, and then I gotta eliminate the webbing. Everybody's got a little webbing between their fingers, but this is ridiculous. Okay, so I'll try to smooth this out as much as I can. Smoothing might get rid of some of it. interesting enough. It doesn't want to smooth anymore. Kind of just stops working. Stops smoothing things. It's working everywhere else, just not in that one spot. Alright, so there's like a little hole there I'm trying to smooth out of it. Okay, I don't want to remesh it again. Smooth from the top down. It might get rid of it a little bit. Cut it in a little bit. A little bit. This one's a mess, though. This right here. Okay, so I'm going to have to go to clay tubes. Negative. Let's see if I can negative clay tube that mess out of there. I'm going to shift smooth it. That worked a little bit, right? Clay tube it again. Shift smooth. Ooh, hit negative clay tubing again. Trying to carve out with the clay tubes. Shift smooth it. I have to keep shift smoothing it. I'll do the clay tubes over here for a minute. Shift smooth. Clay tubes. Shift smooth. There's less and less to work with every time, so that's I gotta just kind of chip away at it. Shift smooth. See, that worked. Pretty good for that one. This one is just, ugh. It's some kind of a mess in there. I'm just gonna keep negative clay tubing it until I can cut into it enough to see if I can get rid of it. I'll try to shift smooth it all up again. Okay, so it looks like I got one little bad spot there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try mask. I'm going to box mask it. Whoa. Tool didn't change. Swear I clicked it. Box mask it as much as I can. Try to get the whole thing kind of masked. And then unmask that area so that I don't screw everything else up trying to fix that one area. The rest of the model is there, remember, it's just hidden right now. So. Alright, so I got everything except for that. So let me now get the mask brush, make it small. I like to do this one better, it's easier to see. Okay, and then put it on negative for the mask. I should unmask it. There, I can just work in this one little area here. As you can see where it's really screwy in there because it, see that? You got faces going everywhere. I don't want another unmesh it again because I feel like it will I'm going to sharpen the mask. I feel like if I do it again, it'll web the fingers up again. Alright, so let's try scraping it out. See what happens if I scrape. Maybe I can scrape it out of there. It's doing something. Whether it's doing the right thing or not, I don't know. But it's definitely doing something. The scraping tool is affecting something. Alright, now I'm going to smooth it again. Oh, well, that seemed to work. Look at that. One little sticky spot just kind of went away. Smooth. Smooth and smooth. Okay. Scrape some more. Smooth some more. Okay. I could try elastic. I could try pulling it some. Down. Okay, now I want to clear the mask. Mask clear. Try smoothing it and see what happens. I might have to rebuild some of this geometry here. I might smooth it to the point where it's gone, but it's fixing the problem. Kind of. There's a hole there. Smooth. I'll just keep smoothing it and see what happens to it. Technically, every time I smooth it, it's supposed to be relaxing all those. Okay. Let's just go for the smooth. See what happens. Because it's like it's overlapped it itself right in here. A remesh will fix this, but I'm scared a remesh is just gonna make it all, what do you call it, webbed again, which is what I don't want to happen. Let's see how much I can get done with this smoothing. Okay. All right, let's try negative on the line tool here. Maybe I can cut into it enough to do it, to get rid of it on all of them. Now shift smooth them again. That one just gets more and more of a mess. Everything I do to it makes it more worse. Ugh, I hate when that kind of things happen. Yeah, this happens with fingers. Okay. All right. Oh, that's pinch. Wait, this is crease or pinch? This is pinch. There's crease. I don't know what crease will do to it. Might make it worse. Better? I don't know. Now I'll try smoothing it again. It just undid the crease. Okay, try smoothing it from down. Because the things are screwy, that's why the geometry got screwy in there. It twisted on itself. Alright, all I can do is remesh it again because it ain't going to work otherwise. Remesh, smooth, remesh. Okay, oh, look. I think I got rid of the bad spot though. That's good. So now I can probably just work it out. Let's try it now. I don't think I should pull it, but I will. Pulling it seems like might lead to the same problems. If I pull it a little bit, smooth it, pull it, 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 smooth it. Let's try the other side. Pull it, smooth it. I don't want. See, that's right there is what happens. Is the fold's got to smooth those things out. Pull it. Smooth it, pull it, smooth it, pull it, smooth it, pull it, smooth it. Make sure you keep those weird little folds from happening because that's what we had there last time, that little fold. There's a reason we couldn't fix it. I just keep pulling it and smoothing it. It's got a long way to go. I gotta go way down. Alright, so let's cut in it a little bit more. Yeah. It seems like almost you want to make the fingers wet, like spread out like a fan, you know. Save this from happening. Or make them in make them a different way. There's that too. You could always do that. Make them in a different way. Just gotta be patient. It'll work. It'll work itself out. Just keep pulling and smoothing. Smooth, pull, smooth, pull, smooth. Just don't let it get folded in on itself. 'Cause that's what the problem was. Push down from the top. Seems to work the best. And be patient. Now, the other way, if I would have pulled these up and out of the initial hand, this wouldn't have happened. This is when I used the shape, and this just happened really only happened when I remeshed it. But you have to remesh it or it won't work. Okay. Get that space in there, and then I can go back and fix the rest of it. Almost. I think the pulling and the smoothing seems to be working the best. I keep hitting shift to make it smooth. Getting there. Like I said, there is a little webbing in your finger anyway. If you look at your hands, believe it or not, everybody has at least a little bit of webbing between your fingers. It's just the way your hand grew, I guess. Just like everybody has the little cleft above their lip. Some people have more extreme. Some people have to get surgery when they're babies, or well, some people never do get it, especially in third world countries. But here in U.S., it's pretty commonly taken care of right away. We're lucky that way. All right, so I've seen it pretty bad though in other countries. Okay, where it was just never taken care of. Okay, so we're gonna leave it on negative. I got my what do you call it, a negative again? My clay strips, and I'm carving in with negative clay strips right now. Smooth it. Just keep carving it with negative clay strips, and then smooth it. shift smooth on there. Yeah, it's getting there. This took longer than the rest of it. Getting the fingers unwebbed. Okay. Almost there. Between these two is the worst, huh? Cutting down from the top. I haven't smoothed for a while, so we'll see what happens when I smooth it. Spot there again. That's what happened because I wasn't watching my smoothing. And I pulled it to the point where I'm just gonna keep smoothing it and see what happens if you can get the faces in there, you can. It's just when the faces... good, I got it. It's when the faces get folded over is the problem. They overlap each other, that's when you have the problems. Okay. I'm going to pull. I'll try a little bit bigger. There you go. That seemed to work better too. Alright, and now smooth it. Smooth all of it a little bit. Okay, so it's much better than where it was. Lightly smoothing it again. Alright, so we got it just about where it's supposed to be at. I think that looks good. Okay. That will work. Alright. Okay, now I'm just gonna repair the rest of the hand. Trying to make it look like a real hand is, or at least a closer to a real hand, because it's still a base mesh. It's not perfect, but it's not that far off now. You're like, really? Like, yeah, really. It's not that far off. Trust me. We can get it from here. We got it. We're very close now. I'm just gonna keep smoothing it, and then it's hard to judge the way it should look when until you get all the parts in there. Now all the parts are in, I can figure it out what it looks like. Pull this one down a little bit more. Okay. Alright. That thumb may be even a little bit too far down. I may have to pull it up to like here. Okay. All right. As you can see, it's starting to come together now. For a while there, you were like, Is this gonna work? I'm using the smooth if you wonder what tool I'm using. Just kind of smoothing out all the weird bumps and weird shapes that happened while I was kind of putting it together. Okay, and yeah, so the hand is still twisted like I wanted. Okay, and I'm going to use the smooth again to get the angle on the hand proper. Okay, and like I said, this whole thumb needs to come up a little bit. It's funny how it could look right for a minute and then all of a sudden look so wrong when you look at it the next. Like I thought it was going right, you know. It's not. It's totally fixable right where we're at right now, but it's not unfixable right now. Alright, so alright. Pull this down again. Side of the hand. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so from this side, it looks okay. It's pretty close to the correct shape. Generally. The thumb looks terrible. Fix the thumb. Okay. Alright. Like I said, it's just a base mesh. Doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be close enough to get you on your way. So the point of having these base meshes is you make a few of them and then you keep them on hand for when you need to you want to make a character, and then you just use one of your base meshes that you've already made, or you can buy. They sell them, like I said, and you can find them free too. Those ones I gave you, I don't remember if they were free or I bought them. I think I bought them, but I'm not for sure with those. I have a lot of them. But I want you to learn how to make one on your own, because I believe in making your own stuff. It's harder, but I feel it's the right way to go. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Alright, so now clay strips again. Put in the knuckles. Oh, am I a negative? I am. I thought that looked weird. I was like, I couldn't tell if it was sticking out or going in. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller too. There we go. That'll work. Okay. So now I'm going to put the knuckles in. And those tendons that go back here into the hand. And smooth, polish them out a little bit. They initially stick up and then they kind of go back down a little bit. So. still a little bit iffy on the webbing there, but keep polishing it down a little bit. Okay, I want to pull it down a little bit more and shift smooth it. Pull it down a little bit more. Shift smooth, pull down, shift smooth. Shift smooth. Okay. Alright. So we all have a hand model. We're using one of them to do this, and the other one is, well, if you're working like me, it's on your keyboard. I'm using hotkeys. So look at your hand while you're doing it, while you're working. Okay, his finger's a little bit stubby for what I wanted. Okay. Smooth his hand out as much as I can. Alright, it's... Oops. I was moving the wrong thing, so Control Z. I wanted to move this hand, not that one. Shift, polish it again. These knuckles and fingers gotta come up. I'd smooth them slightly so they're not too much, but they gotta come up a little bit at least. And then in. Because they're all kind of bent. Slightly. At rest, your hand kind of curls a little bit. Your hand's not usually straight at rest, so kind of trying to make these hands at rest as much as I can, just for default kind of. Still just pushing, pulling, smoothing, push, pull, smooth, push, pull, smooth. Pull smooth. Alright, and funny because then you look at it from a different angle and you see that it looks weird. But from another angle it looked fine. Isn't it weird? See, like in this eye, I could not see this weird side sticking up here. This knuckle is too extreme. Pull these fingers in a little bit, smooth. Pull them in smooth. Okay, and then clay strips. Build up this top of this finger a little bit. Smooth it. Smooth it. Smooth it. Okay. Finger comes in slightly on this. I'm trying to leave the knuckle a little bit larger than the rest of it. And then I gotta pull the knuckle up and push the finger in. Smooth it. Smooth it. Fingers are still Fred Flintstone-y there. Ridiculously. For the portions of the hand, they're ridiculously thick is what I meant by Fred. I don't know if you know who Fred Flintstone is. He was cartoon character. A show called the Flintstones. Yeah, I don't know. You might know who he is. I don't know. Okay. Alright, and let's step back and look at it. Yeah, it's not bad. Better than it was, that's for sure, right? Alright, so I can see where I need to shift this a little bit more. See that? There you go. That's much better. Okay. Smooth that a little bit. There you go. Oh man, look at that. I didn't see that. That's so weird right there. You couldn't see that. Huh. To look at just the right angle, you can see that that was sticking out right there a lot. Alright, so it's pretty good. Alright, we're good. That's I'll work with that. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a line in there, a line in here, and a line down the middle. I'm gonna undo all those lines I just put in there. I need to make the brush smaller. Okay, now line in here, and line down the middle. Okay, everybody has that, so. Shift smooth this a little bit, just so it's not too extreme, because we don't want it too extreme, but it's there, but we don't want it, we just want it kind of generally implied. Okay. Put another line here, smooth. Alright. Just like everything else, it's just implied because it's a base mesh. Alright guys, there is a hand. It's not perfect, but it'll work for a base mesh hand. We can go in and make a better one later. So, okay. Alright. So, if you remember, we were working upside down. I don't know if you remember that, but we were. See? We were upside down the whole time. Okay, now I'll bring back the rest of the model. And we're going to have to go to object mode. And move the hand down. And move it in. And let's see if we can get it lined up here. Alright, let's go for the front. I'm going to turn it a little bit. To right about there. And let me look at it. I don't know if it needs to be any bigger. Hard to say. According to the hand on, according to the model's hand back there, according to the model's hand, it's well, it's different obviously because we didn't do exactly the same. But I think it's pretty close. Whoa, I want to rotate that much. Just a little bit there. And, oh man, I don't know whether I want to scale it or not. Feel like maybe just a little bit bigger. Just a little tiny bit. So, let's put the scale on. Actually, let's save it in case I'll screw it up. Save as, call this one 10. You know, I've been talking to myself for a while. I really hope I'm recording. Let me make sure I'm recording. That would be hilarious. Okay, it was recording. I've been talking to myself for the last 40 minutes and it wasn't recording. And it was. Okay. Alright, so. Oh. I can't. All right. I was saving it and trying to spin it at the same time. I didn't like that. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to make it slightly bigger. Just a little bit. I think that looks better. Yeah, that looks closer to where it's supposed to be at. Okay. All right. I think that will work. And I want to rotate it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I feel like that's better. And then I want to move it back a little bit. And you are just killing me here, Smalls. Okay. Alright. And his thumb seems skinny now, but that's okay. It's fine. Okay. Alright, so that's good. I like it. So let's go ahead and we're in object mode. Let's Shift D. Okay, we made a duplicate of it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and drag it over here to where it's supposed to be at. And then I'm going to go up here to Item. And I'm going to rotate it in. Oops, not that. I'll undo that. Rotate it in. Not that one either. X. Oh, actually, I can't rotate it in X. Oh, alright. I'll undo everything I just did. Okay, there's just one. I have to mirror it. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Add modifier, and we're going to mirror it in X axis. Mirror object. We already mirrored the object I want. Okay, apply all. See if that worked. No, it didn't. It's because they're both selected. That's why. I just want one, not the other. Did I mean? Oh. Okay. Let's undo all that mess. Alright. Okay. Alright. So I do want to shift it. Shift D. Shift D didn't work. Try it again. Oh, I hit Control this way. Shift D. Alright. Now this one, I'm going to add a mirror modifier to it. Mirror in flip X. Not this. Flip X. Flip in the Y. Flip in the X. Let's undo all this. Y. Z. Oh, that was what it was. A Z. Okay. Whoa. Do I have two of them there? Let's undo this. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay. This one, modify, mirror, Z. Okay. Alright. want to mirror the whole thing. I just want to. All right. All right. So I'm not doing that. Let's go up here. Let's try one other way to do it. Let's try this mirror. I think I was using the wrong one. Mirror in Z. Yes, that was the right one. Okay. That's what I needed to do. Not the other one. And then I just have to rotate it. Look at it straight on so I can get it right. So I Shift D copied it, and then I mirrored it in Z over here with this mirror. I was just using the wrong mirror, not the mirror modifier. Okay, and then like I said, if we have a real problem with it, and I really am so far off on the if I try to, I'll just cut it in half and just use half of it and do like I did before. Okay. Alright, just for fun, I'm going to close this one. What am I closing? Alright, I'm closing that. Well, this is what? These are empties. This should close the body. I should not be able to see the body right now. Oh. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, the reason I did this is because I want to be straight on, and I want to see, like, try to line his hands up exactly to match each other. I hope that makes sense. Okay, that's might be as close as I'm gonna get it. Alright, and then looks like he's got gloves on. And then bam, bring the body back. Okay. Now, weird that the body went under here. I'm going to move the body up a little bit. I'm going to go. I'll grab this one down then. Did not work. None of it worked. Okay. Alright, well, I took it out of the thing, but whatever. That's fine. Alright, so this is the body. Yep. So let's grab the body. And we're going to Boolean union. I'm going to grab this hand. And I'm going to say apply. Then I'm going to grab the extra hand and move it out there out of the way. Okay. I'm going to leave this one here. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the body. Boolean union. Grab this hand. I'm going to say apply. Okay. And then once again, just put these hands over here. Okay. Grab these two hands, and I'm just gonna lay them down here for. I don't know why I have this weird thing about getting rid of those. Okay, and then so I got this guy selected. So just so you can see, he is 100% selected now. Okay. Now I'm just gonna go in and go to. Put his body parts back. There's his head, by the way. We haven't done anything with that yet. Close that still. And now I'm going to go to sculpt mode. I've got the whole thing selected. And it looks like, yeah, see, it's all working. Good. And I'm just going to say, oh gosh, I hope it doesn't mess the fingers up. Remesh. Oh, I'm scared for the fingers. Oh, it did it again, didn't it? Dang it. Okay, I'm going to undo that. Oh, man. I really don't want to try to fix those fingers again. I'm going to see. It is Boolean together. So, without remeshing it, because I don't want to screw those fingers up again, I'm just going to see if I can smooth it and see what happens to it. It is Boolean. It should technically, without remeshing it, I should be able to smooth it. It's kind of working. Kind of. Ugh, it really needs to be remeshed. Okay. So, let's just put some clay strips in here. Let's see if we can just kind of fix it this way. That seems to be working a little bit. Clay strip, stitch it together. Yeah, that looks like it's making it worse. It needs to be rematched. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. Oh, dang it, I gotta remesh it. So hard to fix those stupid hands, too. I wonder if there's any way I can... I could dynotope it. If I dynotope it, it will fix... Oh, man. Well, whatever. This seems to be the best way to fix it. Oh. Back to this. Jeez, we just fixed this. Why did I bother, right? Just do it. Hopefully it's working on both hands when I'm doing this. Is it working on both? No. I was worried about that. Because of the fact that they're not 100% lined up. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to work on one side of him and just cut him in half and well, then it's going to have to remesh the fingers again, huh? Yes, she will. Can't win, man. I figured that out a long time ago. Winning is not an option. I might have to mask it. Okay. All right. Okay. You know, oops, I'm pulling the wrong thing. Probably should mask that leg so it doesn't get hit by what I'm doing, but I'll just fix it. I don't even know if Dinotope, if I did have Dinotope on, if it would even be able to fix that. That just might be an unfixable spot until I remesh it again. I think I'll leave that alone. I'm just going to leave it alone. Fix his leg. If what have I done to his leg here? Yeah, so I didn't do anything to this a little bit. Yeah, I probably should have turned off, what do you call it? Alright, it's fine. Right now, it's good. Alright, so, what happened here? That's weird. Okay, so he's all assembled. Some assembly required. The fact that it's not 100% perfectly the same place, all I can do is cut him down the middle and remesh him. That would be the other thing I could do. Okay. And get his butt. Poor guy ain't got a butt. Oops. What am I doing? I'm making him more of a mess out of his butt than was there. Okay. So let me see here. Yeah, just try to get the crack in there so it looks right. Shift. Okay. Close enough. We can even deal with a crease tool here to fix his butt. His butt crease. There. Shift. A little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. There, that works. Oops. Crease. Much smaller again. Okay. Alright, there. Okay, so it's not bad. Alright. Okay, so basically that's the guy. Okay. And we got the head. Let's bring the head back. Bring the head back. Return the head to the person. Okay, so his guy has no neck. So let's go to object mode. Grab the head. Let's move the head up, shall we? Do I have the head locked? Oh yes, I do. I have unselectable. Alright, there we go. Pull the head up a little bit. Okay, and this whole guy is slightly off from this guy anyway, back here. But let's look at it from our own point of view. I think the head's in. So if I line it up with that one, that's pretty much, yeah, that looks about right. Alright, so we're good with that. So, oh man, I just thought of something. When I attach this head, it's gonna remesh that hand. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete. That hand is gonna be the bane of my existence, I can tell. All right, so, well, we can make it polygroups, but this is just, it's fine right now. This is just basically so you learn how to sculpt a little bit. This is what this is kind of about. All right, so, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to this guy. I'm going to move the head out. Just move it forward. I'm going to pull the neck right out of the body. Alright, so I'm going to straight on at it. Make the head invisible again. I'm just going to pull the neck out. Oh, okay. Instead of using the neck that's already on the head, I'm going to just pull it out. That way, it won't take as much work. Okay, so the muscles on the side here. There's these muscles. These are got way too big real fast. It's much smaller. I have to make this smaller. Okay. With this stuff, you've got these corded muscles right here that come down and. Man, I have to remember my anatomy. My brain just stopped working. What the heck is the name of those? I can't remember them. But I should know those. I feel bad. I don't know those at the moment. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Shift. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. I'll come back and reapply those muscles in just a second. Okay. All right. So those clay strips, smaller brush. What is my brush set at? Options here. Okay. We're good. All right, so let's zoom in. Smaller clay strips. That's what I wanted. Yeah, there you go. So all these kind of muscles that come down, like right here, they come all the way down here. Clean them up just a little bit. Tool here, just kind of make the brush smaller. Have a sharper edge in here. The clavicle just across there. All right, and then let's put in his center of his throat. Neck. With it all, got my kind of define all this just a little bit. Okay. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, that's not bad. Alright, so we're just going to clean it up a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so where's his head? There it is. Okay. So this head, I've already attached this neck, but that's okay. So we can just make that neck go away. Object, bam. Let's put the head there. Let's pick that up. And set it there. Okay, there you go, that looks good. And the head's going to come a little bit forward, just not, no, actually. Alright, so now, I think that's about right. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and keep it there, and then, oh man. There. I think, yeah. That's better. Alright, so, I am going to sculpt with the head separately from the head. The head separately from the body, and I'll put it on later. But for right now, that's that. I'm not going to attach it, but save it. Save as number 11. And we're going to end the video for right now, and then we'll work. It's getting late, so we got 11. And I'll work on the face tomorrow and do another video. Alright, thanks guys for your time. Hope this helps.